And we should be live. How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and today we're going to be working on RPG Maker MZ. T has decided to jump on the grenade today. We had to go clean up a site, and she decided to recruit her children's, and force them into slave labor, which I totally agreed with. That way I could still stream today. So shout out to my lovely, wonderful, beautiful, talented wife T for allowing me to do this job while she handles the cleanup of a site. She is truly a blessing to me, and I just want to say that at the beginning of the stream. But how are you guys doing? We got Skepsis D here, Poca Latte's here, Eternal Zatharsis, Early Bird Crew. We are starting a few minutes early because baby went down for a nap a few minutes ago. She seems to have fallen asleep. Kira's here. And I want to take advantage of the time that I have, because as soon as I hear her wake up, I've got to go get her, regardless of how long that is. I mean, within some time frame. If she cries right now, she still hasn't gone to sleep. Okay, we are going to continue working on the Pacify system that I was working on yesterday. I'm really hyped for this. I'm really excited. I think we've made a lot of progress on this. And I did have a message on how I could possibly put in on click to show the animation when we want it to. Damien Floyd here. Oh, what's up, Damien? Well, damn, I'm finally able to catch one of these things again. It's good to see you, Damien. Thanks for tuning in, man. Electro Ninja's Lab. Zidane Deoni, back at you, dude. Brian Perez is here. How's it going? How are you doing? We got the chat going. I think it should be showing on the screen. Yeah, it looks fine. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions about the engine. I'm going to just try to get as much work done as I can, and I will answer your questions as they arise, if I can. I will take momentary breaks to read the chat, and actually I'm just constantly reading the chat, so yeah. Alright. I already got the links out, so we should be good to go. Let me know if I forget something. You guys are always keeping me on point, and I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me today. Where are we at? Where did we leave off? I think I'm skipping the intro here just to jump into sort of like the battle scene. We're working on this Pacify system, and we use it, and it does a thing, it goes bloosh, and then the book shows up, and we're supposed to click on the book. All right, so somebody sent me, I remember who it was, just let me find it. GD Unknown 25, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Local record and chat refresh. Got those going already. I already started the local recording, and I already got the chat refreshed. Got it all ready to go. Chugging along and listening. Sweet, sweet. Sounds like you as well. That's good, Damien. I'm glad that you're working on your project a little bit. I'm just trying to get as much done as with the time that I have. Let me check my messages, because somebody sent me some code yesterday on how to call the an example of how to call the animation with code. It was Linga. It was Sir Linga. So Sir Linga, I'm just going to show this right here. Okay. So this is what it looks like inside of one of the core JS files. It's actually command 337. I don't think we need to know all that. We're just going to do this. Targets param 1. Vino, what's up, Vino? He's dropping a $2 super chat. It's good to see you, man. Glad you made it. Happy Friday. I'm eating spaghetti, so it's all good. Hell yeah. Get that spaghetti. I make spaghetti probably once every couple weeks. It's either spaghetti or goulash, which is almost the same thing, except I use macaroni noodles for goulash. But yeah, man. Okay, so what else did he put in here? Sir Linga showed me this, and then he gave me this. Right, okay. Game temp request animation targets params 1. And then for targets, we just put in the number, right? When we put in a number, params 1. What's the argument for params? Params. Okay, anyway, I'll figure it out. Let me look at some other things I got here. Targets, animation ID, and then mirrored if needed. So what I'm going to try to do now is we're handling a switch in our common event. So when I do that, it's calling this pacify action sequence, and we're doing stuff in here. Lots of different stuff. And I thought maybe have it toggle a switch on and then check to see if the switch is on, but then it would have to, you know, in hindsight, I was like, this isn't going to work exactly right because it has to check the same frame if the switch is on. But I could have the switch turn on before that happens. And then it would play the animation afterwards. Did I already delete it? Let me see. It was in here, and then I moved it up, right? So I'm doing a show animations on all targets if this switch is on. Why don't I do this check at the end instead of at the beginning? Cut this. Let's go to the bottom. Before you go back home, boom. We'll do the check there. And let's just see if it does the thing like it's supposed to do. It's going to be a lot of just trial and error things. And I also have to click it. Didn't seem to do it that time. I know it's going to go to this point, so I can just kind of spam here. So it played this sound effect, which is weird. I'm just not playing the actual animation on people. Okay, so that didn't do it. So we're gonna try to bypass the having to do a switch method for this. And just put it in here. On click, let's check the code and do game temp, what was it? Quest animation targets. What would we put for targets? Let's just put 1. See what happens. Enemy 1, or does it start at 0? Let's do 0 first. Animation ID. It doesn't matter which one. I did pick one though, so let's go with the same one. 36. Okay, 36. Have you tried playing the animation in HUD Maker? You can put the animation and the book picture in a group together and then make the group move instead of the picture. I mean, I'm trying to do that, Vino. I was going to do it on click because I want there to be an animation playing when you click the book to show like you got the, like it worked, you know, like it actually did the thing. When you click it, it's supposed to do what you see here, but then I also wanted to play an animation because even if it functions properly, the player needs to get some sort of audio-visual feedback to know that they clicked it right and stuff. Volston says, hi, does anyone know if HP Recover Regen armors automatically regain HP with each step taken after battle? HP Regen armors? Regen armors. What do you mean regen armors? Is that like a custom resource you're using, like for a shield or something? So you're asking, does HP recover with each step? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out in MZ. Right? Let's make it a state. HP regen. We got one right here. It gives us 10% HP. And remove by walking. Let's see. Remove by walking how many steps? I don't know. Let's say 40 steps. A $5 super chat from Vino. Thank you so much, Vino. I appreciate that. What's up, Viroclaw? Vino says, put in an animation in HUD Maker. Have it show on the switch. Flip the switch on click. A parallel comment event can do wait plus turn switch back off. I'm trying not to run parallel comment events, as many as, you know, but we could try that. Okay. Put an animation. So you're saying I don't need to put it inside a script call. I can just have it play animation, right? So you're saying get rid of this. And we're already turning on a switch. I'm using switch 41, right? No, are we? Variables, game switches. I'm using switch 11 to say, okay, That's the switch to play animation. So let me confirm this. And so you're saying outside of this component, add another component? Pro UI components? Oh, the benefits of having the Pro version. Play an animation. Savage and sick. If switch 11 is on. So this component that we're making, actor face HUD component, I didn't want actor face HUD component. Just wanted an animation. Is that a typo? Pro UI components, animation, actor face HUD component, is that a typo? Or is it just a subsidiary of actor face? Is it like a child of that actor face HUD component group class? Okay, Volson, I'm going to get back to your question in a second. Vino is hitting me with some knowledge. It's a typo. Okay. Hey, we found a bug. Should I report that to him or should you? One last sip of my coffee because it's turning lukewarm. Okay. After I reach for it next time, it will no longer be worth drinking, so I will spat it. I will spat it out, for it is lukewarm. Click anim. Click anim. Display conditions, switch 11. If switch 11 is on, play this animation. Okay. And then the animation. No, we just need to. Here it is. It was the song one. Just play the song. Play once. Yeah, let's try that. And then for the location, no, we don't need any add-ons for it. This doesn't. Can we play custom? Can we manipulate those animations here? I'm not going to mess with it yet. But can we manipulate that? Let me put it in the center of the screen. Let's just play it. Even if it plays in the center of the screen, I'm okay right now. Hit confirm on that. So this is an animation. Did I just mess it up? That's fine. This is an animation that will play. This will, oh, it will change the height and stuff. Okay, let's just leave it at. Nope. Let's just leave it like that. And then put this in here. Keep the on-click script call on your picture, right? I was planning on leaving that, but cutting off the last little game temp, play it from there. You can then place the animation wherever you want. If you want it to follow the moving picture, instead move a group and have the picture and the animation and the group together. So I have it in that group. So you're telling me I could just put it anywhere and it'll follow that? I'm gonna just have it in the center right here for now. Okay, let me just save this. I need to remove some code. Okay, this is on 50. I'm gonna call it test placeholder do not use. Here we go. And I'll do a new comment. Removed from Pacify Sys. This is good for my brain, so I can help myself. Instead of just deleting stuff and remaking it over and over, at some point, if this is clicked, yada yada yada, boom boom boom, cut it off, and then I can put this in here, and I can come back and get snippets of code if I needed to put that back on. So then I would need a way to turn the switch off, right? After this whole thing is done, or even before, we'll do a conditional that just says if the switch image clicked is on, just turn it off. that'll be the way it is turned off. Yeah, Eternal. Hey, Nawis, how you doing? Nice to see this cool system in development. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's already been a lot of fun for me, and in and out of sources of frustration, but like it's all good fun. It's all good frustration, because at the end, if you get it working. So it did play the sound effect again, and it disappeared when I clicked it. I can swear I clicked it that time, and it doesn't seem to be. Huh. Doesn't quite seem to be doing the thing I want. Maybe it's playing the... I can tell when it's playing the animation, because it also goes and plays the sound effect. And it did it once. And now it's not doing it again. So I don't know what the deal is there. Once I get it working right, I can just make multiple books fly up, like, and it randomly picks... You know, so you can spam click, or you can try to do it with skill. I don't know. We'll figure out, and we'll fine tune it and add delays to make it fun. Parallel common event activated by that switch, then do wait 60 frames and turn off switch. It won't run parallel forever, only for a second. Right. Have the animation set to loop so it always plays when the switch is on. Okay, maybe it starts to play it and it disappears so fast that you don't see it. Good thing about the HUD Maker is I don't have to like close the game and open it when I want to make a change. So let's go ahead and go back into here and set this to loop continuously. I'm going to make one change and do it again. Another one. Didn't seem to do it. I'm pretty sure I clicked it. Oh shit, it did it! It did it! Did you see that? But it doesn't seem to, like, I clicked the book. It's gonna frustrate people if it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. So it seems like it's just looking at certain points, like it's start and ending point. So I can just click on the ending point. So it seems like it's not working quite right, but it did show the animation this time, which was the first time it did it. It only did it once, so maybe I'll do that other suggestion that with the parallel. Maybe the switch is turning off in my method that I have it. I will have to close the game for this time because I'm going to change in here. So let's get rid of the conditional that says if this is on at this point, blah 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 blah. Turn it off. So we'll make another one, and we'll call it Pacify switch toggle. Okay, and then the trigger is going to be parallel if this is on, and then you just wait 1 second, 60 frames. No, I'm actually making it go 3. Turn the switch off. I'm expecting another issue with this later on, but we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. And then once the switch turns off, the parallel is also over. Let's try again. All right, we got to get this. Click it. It's just playing it over and over. Listen, it just keeps going. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound effect very well. Do you hear the... It's like almost like it's trying to play the animation over and over. So this isn't quite working right. Oh no, it's just going insane. Something's not right. What is causing it to just turn on and off? Or turn on over and over? So something is not turning that switch off. Parallel if the switch is on, turn the switch off. It doesn't seem to be turning off properly. Let's go ahead and put this to 1 second. Yeah, if the switch is off, it shouldn't do it. Therefore, the switch is not being shut off properly. That was my assumption as well. You guys are on point today. Damn, I love the help. Click it, get it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I clicked it, but it's still spamming. I can hear it. Can you guys hear it though? Okay, you can hear it. It's totally the HUD Maker audio bug. Really? So that's a HUD Maker issue. Issue. So should I? Okay, so the switch is turning off because I don't see how that parallel would not work, right? 1 second, turn the switch off. It's a parallel process that turns on once the switch is on, and then after a second, turn that switch off. Therefore it's self-terminating. So this is an audio bug inside of here. It seems like a hug to you. I know what you mean, Vino. Do all of my comments require approval now? Maybe. I mean, it depends. Are you like spamming on people's chat or something? I always love audio hugs. They're my favorite. It just keeps spamming. So maybe you've been shadow banned? That's insane, DVD. For political opinions? Maybe you got like maybe something happened where you like spouting off to somebody. Yep, it's hiding every one of them. I don't know why. Were you spouting off to somebody in another chat room and now your account has been like deemed a spammer or something? I would slow down how much I say, DVD. Because that also triggers like you flagged as a spammer. This is so weird. What are you referring to? How it's just spamming the audio? Both me and Vino having to approve all these messages? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he's not even saying anything bad. It's just... like, I think your account has been flagged by YouTube or something as a spammer. Okay, I think I have to close the... yeah, I don't know if that's going to work if there's an audio bug. Right? You know what I could do is just play the animation with... and on that animation, remove the audio. That way it still shows the animation. Because okay, I'm going to do that for now. Until we figure out the audio bug situation going on here. Let's do that. So I will go into here. Let me copy the animation of fog. Or which one was it? This is another case of spelling pacify wrong. Come on, man. Why does it highlight everything? There we go. Maybe try and HUD Maker play upon show, see if that works. Do you want me to try that before I make another animation that doesn't have sound effects in it? I would much rather have audio and visual and audio, you know. It's so much better if you can hear like something that it worked instead of just seeing it. This is the not fog. We want the where is it? Where did I put it? Where'd it go? Sonic wave? No. Song. That is a song. Okay, so let's copy this song one and we'll paste it in here and we'll call it Pacify Click. And then I'll just get rid of the ice sound effect. Okay, and let's see if that'll do a thing. And in the HUD Maker, because I'd rather have an animation with no sound than no sound and no animation. So let's change this one to an animation that has no sound. Oh, I didn't do a refresh. You see how it doesn't show yet? When that happens, you just hit the refresh, reload, and then it should, boom, it'll show you Pacify Click. No worries, DVD. All right, let's save this. This makes sense when the switch is turned on. Oh, you know what happens though? It's running that code and turning the switch on multiple times. And then it would shut off. I don't know. I don't know how it would work. I think this makes sense. But, you know, I have a complicated thing happening. So we'll just have to test it. And like I said, trial and error. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. You mean, like, theoretically, this should be blah, blah. But really, unless you, in practice, do it and see how it works, you just don't know exactly. So I clearly clicked it, and it didn't work, but I've seen this before, too. It seems something to do with the way that it's easing in and out. Maybe I just make it... Okay, so look, it's playing it. It doesn't seem too fun of a game, mini game. Okay, now I'm gonna not click. I'm gonna see if it just does that every time. Pacify, I won't click. It's still doing it. So that's interesting. It's very interesting. It's also playing the sound effect still, even though I changed the sound effect. It's playing it. Oh, you know what I did not do? Hit the save button. Okay. That would be important to do, right? Let's try again. Son of a gun. Hold on. I'm not going to click now. It's playing this. It's still playing this. Oh, maybe I have to reload. Oh, well, duh, because I changed... I changed the actual database. So you have to reload when you change the database, but if you change the HUD Maker, you don't have to reload the game. Let's try again. So that's interesting. Okay, so now it's working. Mostly. So I won't click. Oh no, it still plays. So it's like the switch is not being turned off. I'm not clicking. It just, boom, it just plays the animation. Huh. So for some reason, the switch is not being turned off, or the switch is being turned on somewhere constantly. Could you do on hover then on click? I mean, what do you mean? They're not nested. They'd be different. Like, you would get something to happen when you hover and something to happen when you click, and you could do both. But what do you mean when the switch turns off? Stop playing the animation and the sound and animation. That's what we're trying to do, Eternal. And we have a parallel that's turning it off. No. Let me look at the top. I'm gonna just start from the top. Setting an action. This is all action sequencing. Focus on the target. Camera movement, shockwave, and color break so that it looks cool. When we play an animation, that's the harp. Then, and then turning a switch on. The Pacify Pictures turns on at this point. So the Pacify Picture switch is the container. So this whole group is invisible if this switch is off. Maybe I should turn that on sooner. Or maybe I just get rid of that switch entirely. Let me get rid of this condition. Let me just say have this so this is always displayed. No, that it's going to show all of these, isn't it? No, because they have their own conditions. Let me save this. I am a fan of changing one thing and seeing what happens. Change one thing, see what happens. Change one thing, see what happens. Right. And see, the animation loops forever. And it had been looping forever. But when the switch turns off, it turns off the entire group. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's not the effect I want. So this is showing that the switch is not being turned off because it's playing continuously, and we told it to do that, right? Inside the HUD Maker, we're saying if this image is on, continuously play this. So this switch is still on somehow. So why don't I just turn it off at the end of the common event? Yeah, let's try that. Let's get rid of the parallel process timer for now. I'm just going to just say none here to turn this one off, in case we're going to turn it back on. I don't want to delete it yet. And instead, at the bottom, after this entire thing happens, we'll just turn off that switch. So the image clicked, turn it off. Oops. So I didn't click it. I'm just gonna, so it doesn't play if you don't click it. The book just keeps going. But if I click the book, it disappears and it plays the animation. Ah. Do you see what's happening here? The switch gets turned on when I click the book, and it disappears like it's supposed to, so that's good. But I think what I have to do is have the switch turn off. Why is there parallel now? You know what's happening, Vino. This is what's happening. Parallel process events do not count down or run in a battle or in the menu. So our event, our parallel process, will work except in a battle and except in the menu. So that's only for scene map, Vino. It's only for scene map. That's important to understand. Right, so our parallel process that's turning off this, you know, I shut it off because it wasn't working. But the reason why it wasn't working is because we're in scene battle. So this won't work for what we need it to do. I'm going to just clear this. We have to toggle. I forget because I don't use the battle scene. Right. But that's it. That's the explanation. So whether or not we've found the problem, whether or not we found a solution to the main problem, we're still making progress in understanding the system. We got to clear the switch out of the way. I have to go to the bathroom. Think about that. I got it. I know how to do it. I know how to fix it. Okay, so I got it. Hold on, let's see what is now saying. Is it possible to put the base troop event with Visu Stella? Is it possible to put the base troop event with Visu Stella? I don't understand the question 100%. The base troop event? You mean the plugin? Like the MV plugin? Is it even out on MZ yet? Now, so I'm not sure if that plugin is out yet. Oh, before I forget, look, we're handling inside the action sequence. I'm running a loop with a timer. So I've got a loop here, and it's inside this loop, it's doing a wait of 3 seconds. So why don't we just turn off the switch after that time has expired? So let's put in a control switch here and say, okay, if it is on at the end of this 3 seconds, just turn it off anyway, right? So when the book disappears or the time expires, the animation should also go away. Let's just see what happens. I don't know. Change one thing and try it again. Trial and error. This is how you you can come up with some really cool stuff. And sometimes you get unexpected things that wasn't your intention. So the book is just not disappearing. Okay. Right. So the book needs to disappear on that timer, and it's not. After the book sticks around longer than it's supposed to. So we have to handle that somewhere. My gosh. I liked this idea, but the problem with this is this will this happens for 3 seconds and then it turns off the switch, but then the switch gets turned on again outside of the action sequence through the HUD Maker upon clicking. The audio glitch is not in the most recent version of HUD Maker. It's version 1.08. What version am I using? About. I've got version 1.08. Okay, now let's clarifies. Do your common event in the base troop event with Battle Core to switch off the book switch. I don't know if base troop event is in Z yet, but I could put it in each of the battles. That's the thing. I really don't want to jump to doing that because it's a lot of monotony copy pasting the same thing, but if that could possibly work now, it's a good thought. Before I jump to that, let me see if I can handle it inside HUD Maker, because that's where the issue's happening. Like, I'm clicking the book, which runs this code, which is doing what the problem is it's doing exactly what I'm telling it to do, and that's also that's the good thing and the bad thing about it. As it does exactly what you tell it to do. So it's doing all this properly, but the book is persisting. So this entire thing, pacify images are set to 1. When I click it, it go, oh shit, I see. When you click it, it turns it to 0. But what we need to happen is to turn this back to 0 afterwards as well. Confirm, okay. So I can handle that in a common event. After the time expires, we're turning off the switch, but we're also going to set the variable that we're using to cycle through to 0. Pacify images, I believe, is what it is. Let's set that to 0. Pacify images. Right. I think this is going to fix it. It's a little complicated break loop thing that we got going. But this should stop the book from just flying back and forth after the timer has expired, the 3-second timer. Yeah, but the problem, Vino, is to get it working in a battle. Because we're going to be in a battle trying to pacify creatures. Okay, so now the book should not persist, and it just disappears. So that was a fix so far. Now let me click on it and see what happens. Do we get the animation? We did get the animation, but the animation cleared itself like we told it to do at the end of the timer. But it's not working this time. It worked once. It only worked once. Now it doesn't seem to be doing the thing. I'm going to try another battle and see if somehow exiting and entering the combat. No, so it only worked once. It only played the animation once. Why is that a thing? Why is that happening? It's got to be on this, right? Because we're The display conditions for this is when this switch is turned on, which is switch 11, but it should be turned on whenever we click this. You know what I'm gonna do for now? I'm gonna remove the X and Y pause. Okay, I'm gonna just put this in the center right here. For testing, let's save this. You don't have to restart for this. It should just appear in the middle. You see? See if it works again. If I don't click it, it goes away. I mean, I find that to be more fun, to be honest. Why have it bouncing around? Just have it appear for a certain amount of time and let them click on it. You know? Why not? It's more Osu. Okay, let me try to put the sound back on, because we changed some things. So let's get away from Pacify clicked and go back to song. This one will play the sound effect. Save, save. Once again, really beautiful that I don't have to. Now the sound is still... Oh, it only did it twice. It only did it twice. That's good. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, I'm okay with this, right? The sound effect happens more than once. But I do want sound effects. What's up, Ray Bob? Don't you have to turn it back off for it to be turned on the next time? Define it. And yes, probably. Yeah. Don't hit me, Mr. V. I want to be your friend. Oh, because I'm doing loop. I'm doing loop. Continuously. Play on show. Let's change it to play on show. That's probably why it's doing it multiple times sometimes. Okay. Oh, that's it. There it is. Let me try it multiple times to make sure. That makes sense. I got it. We got it. There it is. If the animation is looping, it will play the sound at the start of each animation. Even if the animation only makes it one frame, the next loop. Yeah, so it's going because I had it on loop. You did tell me to put it on earlier. I remember now. I think it's getting there, guys. Okay, now what we want to do is randomize where they appear and start copy pasting them. So there's a bunch of them that appear on the screen, and we have to click within a certain amount of time. We have to click as many as possible to increase the bonus that we get to our pacifier. So it's skill based. If you do nothing, you're still going to pacify them. You're still going to raise the number. But the more that you click on in that 3-second period, the more you have a. Should I make it longer than 3 seconds? I don't know. There's still some room to play with what we want to do. However, this is looking really nice. I'm all about let's get rid of the movement now and just have them appear. Yeah, we're gonna have it randomize the location, but I'm gonna do that with a variable that we roll, and then I'm gonna have like 20 of them, and so there'll be like 20 locations. I guess it did, DVD. I like your avatar little flashy thing. That's nice. So originally, I had it so it would play it and wait and play it and wait, play another one and wait, play another one and wait, play another one and wait. But I'm thinking maybe I just spam the screen with a bunch of them. No. I think that making it where you can get 100% would be better. So I'm going to stick with this for now. All right, cool. Let's get rid of this little spinny. We're not going to move them around. In fact, let me delete these extra components and actually just set up new ones. So I'm going to copy this one, paste, and That way the code and everything is all set the same. Oops. 41, 38. 41 and 38 variables. I need to know what I'm doing here. 1 second. 41 is... the hell do I have? The click bonus. So I'm adding to a click bonus. Yes. 38 I'm setting to 0, which will be... which one is 38? Setting the image to 0. Okay. Now the fun part will happen. Let's change the random number from 1 to 2. Okay? And then it'll do this twice. Yes, yes, that looks good. If loop count is greater than 1, set it... we have to set this to 2. Greater than or equal to 2, set it to 0 and break the loop. Okay, so all I'd have to do is change this and this to control how many times I want it to happen. And now I need to have the second book as well. But none of these will change. The code will stay the same. The only thing that will change are the display conditions of the second one. So this will be pacify images comparison equal to 2. Okay, okay. Change the name so this says click image 2. Simple enough. 1 second, let me read here. Sorry, Vino, hold up. You can put a text on the battle scene to show if the animation switch is on. Helps live bug test the length of this. So you're right, yeah. I mean, I could do better as far as making my own dev tools, which we'll get into. If the animation is looping, it will play the sound at the start of each animation. Right. Okay, I was reading that. Looks good. If you want, you can randomize XY location. We plan to do that. So I actually already read that. I mean, instead of having 20 objects to click in HUD Maker, you can have just the one and set its location to the variable. How do you set its location to the variable? I've tried to do that inside XPause and YPause, and it doesn't take eval. Vino, I asked yesterday, but you weren't around. At least you didn't hear that. I was trying to put an eval in X position and Y position, but it doesn't take it. It only takes real numbers. I mean, in here, if we change X position, Y position, it doesn't, like, you see, it doesn't take letters or evals or anything. On the book image, under add-ons and code properties. Code property? Oh, no shit. That's awesome. So this is another method to do it, so that you just have one that plays over and over. But I've already set it up. Let me try it this way, Vino. I'm going to keep that on the back burner. Thank you for letting me know about this. This is great. But I have an idea. Let me see if this idea works. And if not, we're going to switch it. We'll switch gears. Because I've kind of already set up the infrastructure to just have a bunch of them. And I don't mind copy pasting and changing one display condition. You know what I mean? So we have one, which can be right here. Let me see. Let me get a good... I guess it's fine. This should be displayed on top of any of the enemies as well, right? This is display condition to be 2. I set that to 2. All right. Okay. So now what should happen... I will have to restart it. The event, the skill will be longer. The skill will take 6 seconds because it'll do 2. It'll pick one of these two positions twice. Pacify, book should appear, and then another book should appear, and it did. Okay, sweet. Let me see if I click on it, what happens. We click on this book. We click on this book. Aw, shit. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Okay, see, now it's easy for me to do this. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let's change this to 5. Okay, we're going to change this to 5. Set this to condition to be 5. Copy this, paste this, put it in here. Change this position to... Now I realize, you know, I'm doing the more work version of it, but I already set it up. And it's not really that much more work. I do want them to be in the same grouping though. Like this. Nope, like this. There we go. Copy this, paste this, put it here. Oh no, what happened? Oh, it's got to be in the group, right? Change this to be 4. Come on. Change this to be equal to 4. Confirm, okay. And that's really it. Oh yeah, I gotta right click, drag to the right, and then left click, it'll snap. Double click, change this to 5. Change this to 5. Save, save. Okay, save. Let's try it again. I mean, instead of having 20 objects to click in, blah, 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 right, on the book image on the income properties, right. That's one thing about game dev. Lots of different ways to get the same results. Vino's idea is better. I'm just gonna say Vino's way of doing it is better. But I've already done like the work to make this easy to do. That's plenty of time. It's too long. I need to make it 1 second now. Okay, so the skill will be faster. All right, let's change the weight to 60. Easy. 60. What else will I have to change besides just this one weight? Okay, hold up. Inside of HUD Maker, rotation for 60. Before I start adding a bunch, I might as well set this up to be the right timing. Oops. So it should be like boom, 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 boom. Okay, now I'm gonna try to click them. The problem about that is the animation. Right, it's gotta be a faster animation. 3 seconds was great for the animation, but it makes the skill game too easy and the skill too slow to use. Okay. What do we got here? We need to customize an animation. We can do this though. We can do this. Okay, so for that I'll have to adjust the database. Confirm this. I mean, we're gonna change that, but that's fine. Let's go to animations. Let's go to here, pacify clicked. Let's do speed 300. And let's give it a different sound effect since we're gonna use our own anyway. Something nice. Just a little click. I kind of like that clicky. It was a pen. I recorded this with a pen on Audacity. It's simple. Okay, let's try that. Speed 400. Speed 500. Can I go in and adjust? I can't go frame by frame and change it. Nope, it is what it is. You know what? Let's change it up. Let's do scale 75%. Let's change some numbers here. I don't know, 90, 45, negative 180. See what happens, right? Ooh, okay. Let's just do 90 here. Oh, very nice. Negative 90? Oh, okay. Let's do negative 45. Let's do 90 here. Oh, 45. Let's do 180 on the X. Scale 150. Yes, yes. Scale 250. Oh yeah, okay. Scale 300. I said 300. Okay, 275. No, 250 was pretty sweet. Let's do an X offset of, I don't know, 48. Speed 400? 500 really is where it matches. 450 maybe, compromise. The clicky doesn't catch up, and 500 is 5,000. It does need another little sound effect besides just a click. That's positive, right? Or maybe get rid of the clicky. Let's make the clicky a little bit higher pitch and a lower volume. Sure, it's much different. I like it. We'll go with that. Do we really need all the flashing? I don't think we need the flashing. Get rid of the flashing. Let's just go like this. Okay, good. Very nice. Now we've got our own thing. Make it difficult so streamers playtesting your game actually have to pay attention, and if they fail and get stunned for 3... No way, Poco Latte. We're not going to try to do that. The dark souls of Pacify Systems. No. I don't want to penalize the player for not clicking or doing it right. I want to reward them when they get it right. I think people will respond better to that. Let's try it out now. It's over 9,000. All right, Pacify. It was really hard. It's not... Did I do something? Oh, I didn't set it to the right one. Okay, that's HUD Maker though. I don't have to restart. I can just go in here, select this from song to the one we made. To the one we made. Change it to this one. Use this one, please. Thank you. Thank you. Save, save. Grazie plena. Aha! It's still kind of... If you don't click it in time... Even if it doesn't play the animation, you can still hear when it made a difference. I think people respond in a more entertaining way when you purposefully antagonize them endlessly. I don't know. Entertaining, but is it fun? It's a game you're making here. Is your game fun? I still wish the animation would play better. It doesn't seem to be playing. The sound effects are triggering, and it does look like it's functioning and increasing my skill. Of course, there's no way to tell 100%. I wish that would play no matter when I click it. Okay, I gotta think about this. I want it to be more responsive, so no matter if I click it at the last second or at the beginning, it shows the animation. Okay, so let me think about what's turning the animation off, right? So this is only being displayed when the switch is on. So P image switch. When is that being turned off, and should I move that? P image click switch is being turned off at the end of the timer, which is sort of where we need it to be, right? Oh man. You know what we could do is tie this to a variable instead, because then you'll still have the same issue when it's in the same spot, and that's a little more complicated and doesn't need to. It's not going to really improve it. And okay. And if we don't have this here, this switch that turns off, then it's just going to keep... No, we have it just show once. It's not going to repeat. All right, let me try something. Let me cut this switch that turns it off, and we'll have the switch that turns it off go play before the numbers are calculated, but after all of the looping, clicking things, in fact, because it was going to be set to display once anyway. I don't know. Well, let's find out. Let's find out, okay? We'll find out. So I moved this out of the loop and underneath it after the loop. Trial and error. That will require a restart. Save, save. I want the animations to just play even if they went off at the last second. The sound effects are doing it, but the image is not. The actual animation particle effect isn't happening. So it's clicking. I'm getting it clicked, and it's like doing the thing. Boom. You see, I'm not clicking here. I'm not clicking here. Otherwise, doom, doom, doom. Why did it do so fast? Do you see that? Okay, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 second's pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm gonna try to click. 1, 2, 3, 4. I swear I'm getting it. I swear I'm landing, but the player's gonna feel like they're not. It's totally doing it, but it's not. Oh, because I moved the switch. It's only doing it once. I'm stupid, and that will not work. Okay, it was worth a shot. Trial and error. Okay, let's get this, put it back where it's supposed to be, inside the loop. At least you can hear when you got it. Like, there is like, oh, no, I heard it. The animation glitched, but I heard it. So it's like we have this little animation bug. But it's adding, it's doing the thing it's supposed to do. Functionally, it's working. But the animation doesn't always play. It did 2 times, sometimes it looks great. But then sometimes, is it because the animation is too... See, I missed it that time. So there is some skill to it. It's going to get harder when I have more than 5 of them. Two out of 5, huh? Maybe I give it longer. Yeah, okay, okay. Well, I mean, right now, that's still improvement. It's still improvement. I like that. I mean, I'll have to change this after I go to the common event. Let's propagate. Okay, let me copy this, paste this, put it in the group, and then link it up here. Change this to be equal to 6. Change this to also be, come on, 6. Okay. Copy this, paste this, right click, drag it into group, snap it into place. Set this to be 7. Your game is going to have a horrible prank. The final boss will erase all of your saves if you get him at 1%, so you have to be lucky to... That sounds terrible. That's awful and will be reported as a bug. Let me advise you to not do that, Eternal. You think it's funny, but you're not going to be there to laugh. You're just going to cause other people grief. You're paying customers, people who support you. You're just going to troll them for no reason. Like, it seems funny right now, but it's not going to be funny when you get 1,000 negative Steam reviews. You're going to be apologizing for that if you get enough people to play it to find it and stuff. Sounds like a terrible... Why would you put a bug in like that? There will be a warning? Oh yeah, okay. I'm sure that's going to stop them from getting pissed off once it happens. Try to make your customers happy. I mean, that's you want good customer service. You want to make your customers happy. It's okay to challenge them, but be fair. That's not fair. That's just an arbitrary... I'm going to erase all of the work and effort you put into my game. It doesn't make sense to me why you would want to do that. But hey, it's your game. If you want to do that, and I'm just saying you're gonna not get the response that you think from that. No one's gonna be like, oh yeah, that was awesome. The thing I like the most about his game is when it deletes all your saves. You're not gonna get that. You're really not going to gain anything. It's a net loss. Trust me. What's up, Loki? He says, so I've been working in MV for quite a while now and on a project, but these new animations look so good. Could I translate over my maps I've made to MZ? Yes. I think the rest I could translate pretty quick. The hardest thing to get right is your plugin setup. If you're not using a lot of plugins really for your project, then it shouldn't be that hard to just bring it over because it's still using 48 by 48, you know, and you can still use the same aspect ratios and like some of the plugins still work fine and they play nice, but most of them will not actually. You're gonna have to find your you're gonna have to find equivalencies, equivalent plugins. You're gonna have to find the plugins that do the same thing or something better, or you know, make compromises somewhere on that. But it's totally possible. And yeah, I would say go for it. You should totally bring it over to MZ. If it's not going to be without a headache, you know, it might take you a few days to figure out why it doesn't work in MZ. Also, you have to reassign all of your animations, and there's going to be some work involved. But is it worth it? I don't know. Let me work it. I'll flip that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Shmurp, shmurp, shmurp. You know what I'm saying? Yeesh, I got a lot of plugins. It's a joke. It says Eternal when he deletes everyone's saves. I don't know how haha it's going to be. But the 1% HP part, he will annihilate the party. Like, I understand making the last boss hard if you want to do that, but make it fair. I would advise you make your last boss actually kind of easy. And if you wanted to make a hard challenge, add an optional boss, right? That you unlock after beating the game. Like, the game doesn't just take you to the title screen. It lets you continue after you beat the storyline, and then you can let the player power level and level up and do other stuff and experience the systems and really go min-max and go get all the best gear that they may not have needed to beat the last. But then you have you have like this optional thing. I want to cite Final Fantasy X. You know, if you've played a Final Fantasy X, you may have noticed there's like an arena in I forgot what the fields are, the Great Plains or something. And that was a fantastic example of how to make your game fun for casuals, but then at the same time cater to the hardcore players. Final Fantasy X executed it brilliantly because they allowed you to really spend an extra 100 hours in the game min-maxing and doing all the things that you would want to do after you've beaten a game. The Calm Lands, thank you, Skeps, that's right. In fact, I still to this day want to go back and play Final Fantasy X. And I've played through it so many times already. At least 5 times completely. And then I've like really hit it hard with like 100 to 200 hours on at least 2 saves. The first time I played it and then like a few years ago, where I like erased the entire sphere grid and like rebuild the whole sphere grid using stuff I farmed from the arena. So yeah, don't make your last boss incredibly hard. Make it more on the medium to easy side, but add that extra optional thing. Or you could tie them together even, and make it so that the last boss is actually the end, but then there's optionals before you fight the last boss, and then you get special endings if you've beaten the optional guy, right? That seems like a smart way to go about it too, because now you're incentivizing through the storyline, if they like the story. If you go the extra mile and actually defeat the hard boss, the optional hard boss, you get special endings. You get the special fillies. You get the true emo ending. Looks like we're going to go with 26. Okay, that seems like it'll be fine. Snap that in. So she said, save this, go to our common event, and set our random number to be 1 to 26. And then how many times do we want it to loop through? I don't know. Let's just do 10 for funsies. We'll loop through 10 times. But it could appear in any of 26 positions. Oh yeah, the Dark Aeons. I mean, you know the cheat with them is you just pay Yojimbo like 5 million gil and he just Zanmatos them. And they just cuts them in half in one move. But if you want to beat them fairly, you don't use Zanmato. Oh god, it's too fast. Oh no, it's too fast. 1 second is too much. Oh no, my brains. And I propagated it all. That's a lot of extra work. Vino, why didn't I listen to you? I should have made it the smarter way, not the harder way. 1 second. Why? Why? It's just frustrating. Okay. Shit. All right. Let's listen. Listen. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna change this to 120 and pretend that we don't have to change the others. We're gonna just change it here and just say it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens. Sometimes it'll just run twice as fast and it shouldn't have to be switched. Hey, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's a little easy. And it takes too long. Oh, but that pacify boom. Okay, so let's bring it down. Let's have it not go 10 times and not go for, let's do 1.5 seconds because 60 seconds was too fast, or 60 frames was too fast, but 120 was kind of easy. So let's do 90 and maybe not have it loop through 10 times. Let's maybe have it loop through 8 times. We can actually manipulate that in the game and change that through like skills or whatever. Hey, that's not too bad. So what's happening is it's adding an extra 1% to the pacify number for each one we click. There's some random math going on, and you're going to get a certain amount between 10 and 25 plus your skill divided by 10. But then it's going to have a flat bonus of 1 more % for each book you click. So if you're lucky, or just if you're, I don't know, you just click well. 90 feels about right because I'm getting them most of the time, and you want the player to get them most of the time. That was really good and really fun, actually. I'm sure that'll get old fast, but I'll have to just keep reiterating on it. Like, wow, we actually have a gamified custom system of pacifying. Damn it! I suck at it! Oh gosh, let me full screen. It might be easier with full screen. Focus, pacify. People will probably play in full screen, right? It'll be easier in full screen. Oh, much easier in full screen. Yeah. It's a clicker game, so you're gonna have to use your mouse. But now it's not just look at this one skill over and spam one skill. It has, well, let me say that again. It's not just use one ability over and over. It's actually skill-based. You have to click on the books. We made it. I mean, it's basically done. I mean, of course, it's going to get better. I'm going to improve upon it and polish it better. But look, this is we made a little custom system. You use a skill, it does a thing, you click on a book, and every time you click on it, it plays a sound effect. The sound effect plays every time, so if you get it, you're going to hear it. It doesn't 100% play the animation, but it does most of the time. 50%? Little over 50% of the time, actually. How can I make it play the animation 100% every time? Do you think 8 times is too many? 8 books is too many? 8 feels about right. Yeah, the animation plays if you click on it fast enough. That's why I kept making it faster and faster and faster. Have the speed be based on enemy difficulty? Oh, no shit. That's brilliant, Vino. Okay. Okay. How would I handle that? Troop events, right? Let me see. The speed is on this weight, though. When you do a weight, can you... Oh, you know what would be fantastic? If the engine let you put a variable number of weight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know what to do. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. We can manually do a conditional here. And we can put in... Okay. Oh, shit. This is brilliant. Thank you, Vino. Okay. This is going to be hard enemy. We'll just do 3. And then we'll do another comment. We'll say medium or regular enemy. And then we'll do easy enemy. And the weight, let's see, hard enemy will be, regular enemy will be 90. Boom. The easy will be 2 seconds. And then the hard enemy will be, oops, 1 second. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does. This is really hard, and this was too easy. So this is kind of the sweet spot, but we need a conditional, right? So let's see, for the hard enemy, we'll do a conditional branch. What are we gonna use for it? A simple variable, and we'll call it pacify difficulty, enemy difficulty, something like that. Control a variable, nope, conditional branch. Create a variable for that. Pacify enemy difficulty. Diffic. Sure. And we'll say, maybe 0 will be the easiest, and then 1 and then 2. No, let's do 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we'll set it at the beginning. No, we won't. We'll set it per encounter. We could just, oh shit, sorry. We could just set it per encounter. Yeah. Okay, so if this is equal to 3, and we'll do else's, that's why it would be better. Then we're gonna wait 60. Cut this, put this in the else. Conditional. If this is equal to 2, else. Cut this, put this in here. And on the else, we don't really need another conditional. We'll just say, wait. Hold up. What did I do wrong? Oh yeah, I did this backwards. Boom. This goes here. And then these two go in here. So for a hard enemy, it will be when this variable is set to 3, then you wait for only 1 second. Otherwise, if it's a regular enemy, when it's set to 2, then you wait 1.5 seconds. Otherwise, just it'll be an easy enemy if it's not set to 2 or 3. And it'll wait 2 seconds. So by default, if I don't mess with anything, everything's going to be 2 seconds, and it'll be very easy. So we can go on the enemies themselves and decide their difficulty. It would be on the troop. It would actually be on the troops. Okay. We can decide which enemies are easy and which ones are hard. So we can say the battle turn 0. Repeat. Run only once in the battle. So we just put battle turn 0 control variable. And then we'll set enemy difficulty right here. And we'll say they're all going to be 2 for now. Let's copy this, paste this, turn 0. I think no, the forest bee is going to be set to 1. Anything that's not 2 or 3 will just be 2 seconds. I could go further with this and set the variable number to the number of seconds, but then if I want to split a second, it'll be different, so yeah, it's fine. We'll just increase the number to increase the difficulty. As long as I remember what I'm doing, not turn in, just turn 0. So turn 0, once per battle, we set this variable. Death worm, probably a 2. No, we're gonna make the death worm difficulty 3. I just want to have some variances here. I don't need this. Nope, I need this. Dagger goblin. Goblins don't like to be pacified. They're gonna be harder. Slime caster. We'll make them regular. That was a brilliant plan, Vino. I love it. Warped spirit. They're gonna be hard to. They're already warped. It's hard to make them. Yeah, we'll say that they're hard to tame. And in fact, we'll make forest bees very easy. Oh, I already did that. 2, regular, easy, hard, regular, hard. Now we have a pacified difficulty, and then for bosses we can have a 4th one as well. Let's adjust this a little bit more. Let's adjust a little bit more. Let's make it a series of 0 to 4 for now. Common event. What I can do is put in a new comment and say boss. Or mini boss. And then a boss. New comment. And then very easy enemy as well. I'm expanding on that idea. I love it. Kind of need to take all of this and cut it and put it in here on the else handler. You can script call await, can't you? Maybe you can script call await. We've already made a system. What's up, Firestorm? I'm working on a custom Pacify system. Very easy enemy will be 150, so it's 2.5 seconds. Let's make this 3 seconds. I don't want it to be too easy or slow. 2.5, 2. And then bosses, you just get like, if you try to do it, it's like you have 5 frames or something, like ridiculous. It just... instead of just changing the speed for bosses, could you set it so that if they miss one or a certain percentage, it fails completely? That feels too punitive, Anthony. I think the whole total failure is just frustrating in the end. Also, the thing about it is I need to make it so that some bosses and some mini bosses can't be pacified, or like it's very hard to pacify them. So I will have modifiers in here to reduce, like maybe a flag. Like we'll use a switch to say if boss pacified, if it something. Yeah, I'll set it up right now while I'm thinking about it before I forget. Let me just check to see if this is right. So if this is a boss, we need to add weights in here. 150, 120, 90, and then hard enemy is 60 frames. We'll say, then this for a mini boss will be 30 frames. In fact, all of this needs to be inside this else handler. So this is all in a loop too. I hope this doesn't slow it down. I might scratch it if it ruins it. If it's a boss, okay, if difficulty is 5, then you'll have a weight. This will be 40. No, it's a mini boss, 30. Should be hard. And then copy this. You just have like 10 frames. Not even, like you just spam in one spot and hopefully it'll land right there, basically. You might get 1 extra point. And then on the else handler, if it's a mini boss, you get half a second per. Then if it's a hard enemy, you get 1 second. Then on the else, if it's a regular enemy, you get 1.5 seconds. Then if it's an easy enemy, you get 2 seconds. And then anything else. So even if I put like a 6, like, oh, that should be super duper hard. No, it'll just actually go to 2.5 seconds. So it's specifically 5 will be that long. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then anything 0 or underneath or above that range will be like very, very long. Take care, Flash. Eat some chocolate. That's what you should do. Have some chocolate. So now we're just variably controlling the weight based on another variable. Inside here, I can also reduce. Let's see. Let me look at the math, because we don't want the boss fight to be pacified in like 5 rounds. So what's happening here is it's rolling a random number between 100 and 250, and then it's adding your skill to it, which is 1 by default, and we'll find ways. There's already an idea I have with the stone that you can turn in, and the stone can be used for many things, but you can choose to put it on your pacify skill to raise it. And this is also added to this. So once this gets to 100 where it's capped, which we'll handle somewhere else, it will add a maximum of 10, because we're doing a script call here to basically divide this by 10. And then we're adjusting the HP bar at the bottom by that number. If it's greater than or equal to 1. If it's at least 1 point, it will do the thing. But before it does this, I want to add a reduction. If the enemy is if it's a hard enemy to pacify, then we'll have a minor subtraction. If it's a boss, they'll have a larger subtraction. If it's a mini boss, and if it's a boss, you'll have a much, much larger. So I think we'll have to use another variable in here. And we'll set it, we'll create another variable, and we're just going to be setting this variable. So control variable, we will have pacify enemy reducer, or pacify reduction. Pacify reduction. Apply, okay. And we can specifically just put the number we want to be reduced by. We'll set this to 10 and reduce it by just a set number. Mess everything up. This, yes. Subtract by the new one, pacify reduction, and just subtract that number. But we also need to set it. No, we don't. We don't actually need to mess with that number. Well, we do, because otherwise it'll remember when we go here. So I actually do need to copy this and make sure when we're fighting, if we just fought a boss and then we fight a regular enemy, it's not still reducing. Set it to 0. It's not going to still reduce 15 when it shouldn't do that. Oops, that's not where it needs to be. I gotta cut this. Paste it here. So set it to 0 for a regular enemy, set it to 0. That way it subtracts 0 and it won't do anything. So we've made a bunch of simple processes, simple math, and turned it into a cool little system, I think. Let's see if it still works. I was messing with it, so let's figure out what's going on. I will have to restart. It's fine. So the goblin's a hard enemy. So you only get a second on the 100% pacified because it's reducing 5. Oh gosh, it is hard. It is hard to do that on. Hard enemies. It definitely is hard, and you're getting a few extra points, but not much. If I would have clicked 3 more, I would have saved an extra round. I was doing pretty bad. Let's try again and see if we can get the B. Here we go. This should be easier to pacify. It's a B. It's much easier, and it is variable now. So many aspects that we're improving upon. This is awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool. You know, when it goes this slow, it pretty much most of the time plays the animation too. The faster you make it, the more animations miss. But the sound effect applies every time, so you get that audio cue, like, oh, I did get the bonus on that, you know. I have had no issues with Spectrum here. I don't know why YouTube did a thing, if it did a thing. It didn't tell me it did a thing. Usually I'll have a little triangle in OBS, and it didn't do that for OBS, and it didn't say that there's any connectivity issues on the stream health for YouTube, so I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I mean, I don't know what to do about that. Wasn't there supposed to be an X3, says Ray Bob? I don't know, but that would be cool. I think they made a Final Fantasy... it was the game that happened in between X and X2. When you bought the remastered, it had like another little thing. Was it easy to get Dragon Bones working in MZ? Yeah, it wasn't too hard. You just got to find the actual Dragon Bones battlers, which I got from a Kashix. Shout out to Kashix. Why not put the speed as a random variable to add a bit of luck into it? That's a good idea, Ray Bob. Maybe we'll add a little bit of variance into it. No, oh, you know why? It's because I'd have to script call it. And, well, I can do that. Maybe we'll do that eventually. There's still lots of optimization that I can put into this. I went with Vino's idea of making an enemy difficulty and then just using an enemy difficulty. 8 looks good. Thank you, Anthony. I think I like that too. 8 times. Showing it 8 times. Greg's relatives are hard to pacify at Thanksgiving dinner. It's doing a lot for you, Vero? I don't see... It's not doing it for me. It did drop some viewers. You know, I have no control over that. I just say thanks to Spectrum and thanks to YouTube when it allows it to work properly. And I try to do the best I can. Less than half a second is going to be super... It's impossible. It's just you can't pacify certain bosses. But, like, technically you could. But, like, you're probably better off just fighting them. I kind of want to make the whole system a little easier. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just add an extra half a second to all of them. Because even at 30 frames, it's going to be freaking impossible to click it and do the thing. So let's change that real quick. All I have to do is change the weight. So we'll make this one 180. That's 3 seconds. This one will be 150. We'll make this one 120. We'll make the hard enemies 90. And then we'll make the mini boss 60. And then we'll make the boss 30. So now it's possible, right? But the reduction will also make it so that it takes many, many more rounds to make that happen. Yeah. And I'll adjust the numbers if, you know, I feel like they're not right. For sure. Skepsis says it was called Last Mission, and it showed how the girls did really like being around each other to kind of say about X3 wouldn't work. I watched a playthrough of it because it was just too different than X2 was. X2 had a really good battle system in it, like fantastic, one of the best battle systems for the whole era. But at the same time, the story was just dog shit. It was complete garbage. And the little bit of story that I actually liked in Final Fantasy X was kind of just crapped on in X2. They didn't like being around each other. Okay. I know, I hate when I typo like that. It's like when you say the thing that is opposite of what you're trying to say. That's a frustrating one for sure. So this should be very slow and easy because I gave the player plenty of time to click the books. And it should be fun and easy to do. 100%. 100% ratio. It went straight to 30. Great. Great, great. Boom. 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 It's a clicker game after all. Right? What are you gonna do? What do you want? The player will feel good, right? They're able to get these enemies pacified. I think maybe I should drop it down to 6. And give more of a bonus. That's what I'll do. Every time you click it, you get 2 points. Am I handling that on the on-click? I think I'm handling that in here. Yeah, I'm saying X++ here. So we'll just say X equals X plus 2. Oh great, I have to do that every time for all these. Another reason why I should have listened to Vino. It's fine. Like there may have been some issues doing it that way too. Oops. I'm glad undo works in this application. You can also put that on-click code in a common event script call and just call the common event on each button. That way you only have to change one set of code. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. And so if we want to change the code more times, it just makes more sense. You're right, Dino. I didn't listen to you last time. I'm going to do it now. We got plenty of common events. They let us have 1,000 more. So this is the pacify, a lot of these now. Pacify on click common event. It'll work the same, but I'll only have to change this one common event. 2,000 common events is not enough for you? Oh no! They need to raise it to 3,000. Infinite common events. So that's 44. Save. Reload, reload, reload. Let's go here and change this to be on click, do number 44. Okay. Going forward, it'll be easier just to be like, boom, just do this common event. And I can make the common event a script call too, so why not? That way, when inevitably I want to change these again, I won't have to go through and do this little spiel. I just change the common event and they're all changed. Listen to reason! You must listen to reason! You can copy paste that common event click function into each image instead of finding it each time. Really? Hold up. Hold up, bro. You mean like copy this? Hold up, bro. Like, you mean like if I press delete and then paste? Bro. You must listen to the reasons of raisins and eat the California sun raisins. I actually didn't want to move this. Go back. Go back, book. Go back to your home, book. I love how it saves these as text. I remember I had to do this. Vino asked me to copy like the whole tray of things, and I was like, oh, you can do that. You can copy the whole component and paste the whole component, and like it's actually stores it as text that the engine interprets. It's really good. It's like really good and stuff. I recommend you get the free version, and if you really like it and want the cool features that you might need, pay $40 if you have it, and if you don't, just use the free version and find workarounds, because you could probably do most of the things with the free version, like 99% of the things of the 1% of the bottom 100, the top 100%. Bang, 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 bang. Save, reload, save. Okay, cool. Now that I've done that, what else was I gonna do? There was a thing. I had another thing on my mind. Meme common event. I've totally missed out on this feature. They should have 2,000 common events and 7,001 meme common events. Oh yeah, I was going to change it so that it didn't loop through 8 times, it just looped through 6 times, but double the effectiveness. Gosh. Boom, boom, boom. So it only shows 6 books, but now it'll go from 8% to a 12%, so you get more bonuses. So you get even more for clicking the books, making the system more rewarding and faster, just faster. So this guy is a goblin. He doesn't like to be pacified, but it should still be 90 frames. Oh no. What did I do? Pacify. The on-click isn't working now. On-click is not working. Something broke, yo. Something broke. The on-click isn't working. Hold up. Click, on-click, call common event. Yo, Vino. Doesn't work like this. I think it'll only call this common event in the game. Nah, it should do it right when it's supposed to. Oh, shit. This doesn't do what it's... fucking... Okay, so... I don't know, save... Did I do something wrong? What? What did it do it then? Yeah, that's what I'm like. WTF. WTF. With the 2 in the middle. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Alright, let me just see if that's really the problem. If you do the call common event on click, does it not actually do it when it says it? Do I have to do it as code? Did Vino just put me back sometime? Bro, you would never do that, right? Right? You would never do that on purpose to me, right? 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 Right, my dude? Is it because I copy pasted or something? No, that shouldn't be a thing. It's literally saying the same thing. Okay, let me just do it the code way, the way I had it by manually doing the code, and fucking do it the thing again. Confirm. Let me just change these back. Because if this fixes it, then we know this is the way you have to do it. Now we're in the figure out why it doesn't work mode. Because it worked super smooth on click every time with just pushing code. But when I say call the common event when I do this, it probably queued it up to do it at the end. But because I have like this loop going on, it doesn't have time to insert a common event in the middle of a common event. That's what it is. We're trying, well, you could still fucking call a common event inside of a common event. I don't know if that's right. No, that's probably not why it's messed up. Sorry for the language. I'm trying to do my best. Shit. Yeah, battle's a whole nother monster. It's a whole nother scene. It's another scene. But that's where all the fun stuff happens, inside the battle screen. I mean, it'll be easier to do crafting systems and stuff like that, because we'll be doing it on scene map essentially, and then like parallel processes happen, but parallel common events are frozen during scene battle, the same as if you open the main menu. So you have some differences. Also, animations are drawn slightly differently between scene map and scene battle. They're a lot more optimized in scene battle, by the way. Drawing drawing particle animations on scene map is a faster way to the lag zone. Although it's still pretty optimized. I mean, all things considered. Alright, let's save, reload, save, close it. What? I mean, I'm definitely gonna just restart here. Get a fresh look at it. Look at it! Alright, so it should work, right? Yeah, okay, so we have to do a code. When we do the common event in battle like that, it just doesn't do it. Like, it'll give you 1 at the end. Like, it'll do it once at the end, and that's it. The bar filled up a little faster this time. Seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, yep. Oh, really? I hear baby waking up. Guys, I do have to go. Because T's still out. I gotta get the baby. I love you guys very much. I'm gonna make it short. We made fantastic progress. We have a custom Pacify system. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. I love you guys very much. I'm not gonna read the names. I gotta go get baby. She's starting to cry. She woke up. Have a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I really do appreciate it. We got a lot of progress made. I'm very happy with the progress we made today. I actually have a mini game battle system in the middle of the skill. You use Pacify, and it's not just use the same skill and wait. Like, you get bonuses for this, and we're going to continue to polish this and work on this to make it more entertaining and more like user interactive. And I have a lot more system ideas I want to do if I can find the time, and I want to stream them too, because you guys make it a lot easier. So thank you so much for tuning in and helping me polish out these systems. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Join us on Monday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello. I made a sample and I forgot to use it. I forgot to use my sample, so I'm just going to play it a little bit here. Let me pause this music. Love you guys.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Feel free to ask any questions you may have about RPG Maker. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Feel free to ask any questions you. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Feel free to ask any questions you may have about RPG Maker. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Feel free to ask any questions you may have about RPG Maker.
All right. Ask me in the Discord then. Bye, guys.